Hi, Scott here, and today we're going to put together a RTA, or ready to assemble, wall cabinet made by Edsal Manufacturing. Super light, 36 pounds, easy to get home. And these things are packed in a very robust package that is ISTA 6 certified. So you know it'll survive shipping via UPS or FedEx or one of those type of carriers without any issues. Within the carton, of course, we have assembly instructions, always important. And air pack packaging, foam wrap between every single panel, foam corners. Important to note that all of the packaging material is recyclable. All right, so we have all our parts laid out from the carton, make sure we have everything. We've got two side panels, a left and a right, parts A and B, 4 beams, that's part C, a back panel, that's part D, the top panel, which is E, the bottom fixed shelf, which is part F, an adjustable shelf, part G, and the 2 doors, H and I. The wall mount bracket and the cabinet mount bracket, and then the assembly instructions and hardware. In our hardware bag, we have 2 of the top door hinges, 16 of the plastic push pins, 2 plastic stoppers, 4 adjustable shelf clips, rubber grommet, 2 bolts, and 2 wall anchors, and all these are listed on the hardware bag. Of course, if you're missing any parts at all, please contact us at the phone number or email address on the assembly instructions, and we'll send you those parts right away. Alrighty, we're ready to assemble. Step 1, we'll start with our side panels. I happen to have the right side panel here, and you can tell it's the right. It has the hinge pin here down at the bottom on the right side. Take one of our beams, part C, and there is a top and a bottom to this beam. As you can see, I'm holding it in the proper orientation with this ledge on the top. And on the front of our side panels, there are a pair of holes down at the bottom, a pair of holes on the top, and tabs on the end of that beam. Those lock into those holes in the bottom, like so. Here's our left side panel. Same, 2 tabs lock into the bottom 2 slots. Tap that in place, and with a rubber mallet, lightly tap those in place. We'll do the same in the rear of the cabinets. 2 tabs go in the 2 slots in the bottom. Got that in place. Same operation for the top of the cabinet. Again, making sure that the beam is oriented with the ledge on the top. 2 tabs in the top 2 slots, like so. And on this side, like so. And the last one in the rear. Now you have your basic structure of the cabinet. Step 2 is to attach the back panel. These tab hooks are located on the top and the bottom, and they hang on the beams that we just installed. Please note that those tabs have to hook over the top edge of that beam, like so. And they're on the top and the bottom, so make sure that they are over the beam both top and bottom, and that the back is now centered left to right on the cabinet, which you can tell because there are holes that align for the next step. Okay, on to step 3. Take your top panel, and there is a front and a back to it. Where this ledge formation is, that's the front, and you'll see why in a minute. Slips down over the cabinet like that. and over the front, and that flange drops behind this front edge of the beam like so. Step 4, we install the fixed bottom shelf. There is a front to back to this one as well, because there's an access hole. We put that towards the rear of the cabinet. Tilt it a little bit to get it in, and you'll see on the sides of the cabinet there's these tabs. The side edge of the shelf has to catch over that tab. Now it'll be helpful to push the side of the cabinet in with your hand to make sure you engage those tabs. Make sure it's on that side. Do the same on the other side. Just slide that down, and you've got your shelf in place. Next, we put in the adjustable shelf clips for the center adjustable shelf, making sure that they are in the same position, front and rear. There is no front or rear to this shelf. For step 5, we'll install the top door hinges in both doors. And these are the top door hinges. There is a hole in the top of the door. They simply plug right in like that. The bottom of the door already has a plastic insert in there for the bottom hinge. So the top pin will only go in the top of the door. Step 6, we'll install the doors onto the cabinet, taking the bottom hole in of the door, locating that over the bottom door hinge, like so, pushing down on that. And then on the top, these top door hinges are spring-loaded. Push that down with your finger and lift the top of the cabinet up just a little bit in order to get that pin to snap into place. Now you've got your door mounted. We'll do the same on the right-hand door. Bottom hole goes on the bottom hinge pin. Push down. Push that spring-loaded pin down and lift your cabinet up, top up just a little bit. Whoops, a little bit too far. Locate that pin in the hole and set it down. Now that door's installed. Alrighty, now we're going to spin the cabinet around and work on the back of it here a little bit. We're going to put in the plastic stoppers. These go in the bottommost hole on the far left and far right of the cabinet. Making sure that we align our holes here too, making sure that that's all aligned. So you can start that in there, and with a rubber mallet, just pop that in. Next, we'll install the plastic push button pins. There's a total of 12. Starting the lower section of the back, just pop those in with a rubber mallet like so. Two on each side. While there's a hole up there, that does not get a plastic pin. We've got a couple on the top up here. And then we have 3 from front to rear on the sides as well. Here's a tip for you. For that topmost one, you might have to hold the side panel a little bit to pop the pin in. Make sure our hole's all aligned. Again, you can hold that side panel from the inside, push that middle one in. and then one pin in the center of the side of the bottom. And step 9 is to install the rubber grommet. If you plan on getting electricity to inside of your cabinet for recharging tools or whatever, you'll want to take a knife and cut an X along the X marks the spot on the inside of the grommet. So now you'll be able to poke an electrical cord through there, and we'll lay the cabinet on its back here and install that rubber grommet right in the bottom shelf, like so. Now you can feed electrical cords in through the bottom up into the cabinet. Okay, we're at the back of the cabinet again, and this is step 10. We'll be mounting the cabinet mount bracket. Goes in this orientation, and the tabs fit into these square holes in the back of the cabinet, left and right side. And it kind of pushes upward so that the hole aligns, and we can put in another plastic push pin right in there. Lock that in place. This is an alignment. The cabinet is now complete. Okay, for step 11, we're going to install the wall bracket. Take your handy stud finder and locate the stud. Try and find the center as best you can and mark that. So using a power drill and a 3/8 inch bit, we'll drill a hole into our marked spot. And then using one of our wall anchors, kind of fold that up like that. Push that in and hammer it home. And finally, using the lag bolt supplied, we'll mount our wall bracket in this orientation with the 90-degree hook on the bottom and the offset part towards the top. Feed our bolt through there into the wall anchor, and using a 7/16 socket, mount that into the wall like so. Let's use our stud finder again. We'll find the next stud over, which is right there. So roughly in this area. But now we'll use a level to make sure we get this bracket on here level. Like so. And roughly above that hole, we're going to put this hole right here. Putting our fastener into together like that, into the hole. Now it's a simple matter of hanging the hook on the bracket. You'll see there's a hook on the wall cabinet bracket that hooks up and over the other, like so. You can slide it back and forth to get your final position.